You have an awesome responsibility to be totally committed to excellence and to do that to the very best of your ability and to make the necessary preparation. As I would tell a football team when we had a big game, I'd say, "Man, next Saturday we're going to play." And I said, "We may fumble, we may make mistakes. I'll forgive any mistake you make. I'll forgive absolutely any mistake you make, but I'll tell you the one mistake I will never forgive. I won't ever forgive the mistake of failing to prepare. If you don't prepare as hard as you can for this game, that's a mistake I can never forgive. You may make mistakes in front of a group. You may forget the name of the group. You may mispronounce the group. You may make all kinds of blunders. Ladies and gentlemen, that can be forgiven. But nowhere can somebody forgive the failure to prepare." See, the total commitment to excellence. See, ladies and gentlemen, we have obligation, we have responsibilities, and every decision you make affects everybody else in this room. Because if you go do a good job, it helps the other people that come in after you. I just am a great believer in being a committed person. I cannot tolerate a lack of commitment in virtually anything an individual does. A few years ago, we played the University of Stanford, coached by Bill Walsh. We're ahead by 10 points. We get beat. Devastating. I said to the football team after the game, I said, "We aren't going to win the national championship. We have 7 more games. We aren't in the conference. So the first thing you're going to think we ought to do is lower the standard." I said, "I'm going to raise them." The greatest disservice that somebody could do is to lower the standard. Because when they lower the standard, they're saying, "I don't think you're very good. I don't think you're capable of accomplishing very much." And ladies and gentlemen, when you lower your standard, you're lowering your self-image. And I said to him, "I'm going to raise the standard." We went out to practice, had an All-American left guard. Aaron Taylor was injured. In his place was second-string left guard. Didn't take very long into practice to realize second-string left guard was just going through the motions. I stopped practice and I said to the left guard, "What gives you the right to jeopardize the other people's chances of success?" Nobody has that right. If you don't want to be good, that's your decision, but you don't have the right to cause these people not to achieve success. Ladies and gentlemen, when you go speak to a group, boy, what you do is important to everybody else in that group and the success of that group. That's an awesome responsibility, and I know you take great pride in it. That's why you're here, and I admire and I respect that. I'm telling you how I feel about life. And he couldn't give an explanation. I said, "I want you to go over and stand on the sideline and think about it." Then the third-string left guard jumped in his place. I said, "No, we're going to play without a left guard." Players looked at me and said, "We're going to play with 10. We broke the huddle. We had no left guard." I'll never forget it. And I was really proud of our defense because I didn't think they would, but they did. They recognized we didn't have a left guard. I wasn't in a real good mood. I said, "Go ahead, play like we have one." Rick Myers, our quarterback, Jerome Bettis, the fullback, Reggie Brooks, the tailback. Rick Myers takes the ball, gives the ball to Reggie Brooks, the tailback. The guy over the vacant left guard came through uninhibited, hit Reggie Brooks, tremendous thud, moment of silence. Reggie started hollering, "Can't see." Scares you. We turned his helmet around. He was fine. The back the huddle players started to complain, ignored, ran another play, same result. After the third play, it opened rebellion. They're all grumbling, "This stupid." I said, "What's wrong?" "What's wrong? We don't have left guard." I said, "When did you notice?" And they looked at me like I had Alzheimer's. Now, the good thing about Alzheimer's, you meet a lot of new people. You go a lot of new places, and you can hide your own Easter eggs, a lot of things. And they said 3 plays ago when you moved there, I said, "We haven't had a left guard all day." I said, "I'm tired of pretenders. I'm tired of impersonators." You think because you tape your ankles and put on your headgear it makes you a player? I said, "We played with 3 impersonators last Saturday. I'd rather played with 8 players. Yeah, we would have lost, but everybody would have known we only had 8. And their comment would have been, "Gee, we aren't doing very good, but we only got 8. Oh, if we had 11 like them, we'd be awesome." See, ladies and gentlemen, we have people impersonate spouses. People impersonate parents. People impersonate speakers. And you're an impersonator anytime you make a commitment and you don't make the total preparation. See, ladies and gentlemen, not just after you get the speech. Everything you do, observing in airports and everything else, and observing and reading and putting together your philosophy or whatever you can do to help other people, because that's going to determine your success. Not looks, not speech impediment, but whether you have a message and whether you believe in the message. And the last question everybody asks, do you care about me? Do you care about me and because I can run or throw? Do you care about me that I put on this meeting? Do you care about the amount of preparation we put into this? Everybody wants to know, do you care? Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people put it a different way. I used to have a philosophy of me and it. You know how you treat a car, how you treat a machine? Sometimes we treat people like that. Our relationship ought to be me and thou. Putting people there. Because a relationship with people. If you reach out and help people without expecting anything in return, you talk about all these other things, networking, everything else, but ladies and gentlemen, reach out to help people and don't expect anything in return. It's unbelievable what comes back. But if you go reach out and help people expecting something in return, it is so obvious. Just reach out. There's not an individual in this room, and we have all kinds of successful people. I'm so flattered and honored to be here. We have successful people. And there's not one of them in this room, including me, that doesn't have a problem, doesn't have a concern. Maybe the health of a spouse, maybe the health of an in-law, maybe a problem with a child. I don't know. When we think we've got to help somebody, we've got to run to the homeless center, and that's not true. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an obligation to help other people. In 1987, International Special Olympics at Notre Dame. Unbelievable, incredible place, ladies and gentlemen. 6,000 Special Olympians with every reason in this world to be bitter and to be negative. And all they wanted to do was love and be loved. It's incredible. And I hear and see people with talent and ability and bitching and moaning and complaining because some little thing goes wrong, and I think, good Lord knows how lucky we are to have the talents and abilities and the opportunities. What was I in Special Olympics? I was a hugger. Everybody that participated in Olympics had one person. I was the run-up, and it didn't matter where they finished, first, last, in between. Threw my arms around and said, you're great, you're silver, it's wonderful. Wouldn't it be great if you all had a hugger? But you don't. But it's up to you to be a hugger, to reach out and help other people. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm up here because there have been so many people who've helped me. I could never repay thousands of people. And you too. But I'll never forget when I was in college and a guy gave me a ride, didn't even know me, I had no money in my pocket, drove me 2.5 hours, 30 miles in 6 inches of snow. And we got there and I said, what can I do to repay you? I was indebted. I mean, I was really destitute when he helped me. And I'll never forget what he said. He said, help somebody else and think about me. No, ladies and gentlemen, we can't repay the people that helped us. But you have an obligation to pass it on, and to help these new people, the new people here and the other people. Just to let that be your philosophy. We had a young man by the name of Alton Maiden. He played middle guard for us this year. He wore number 42. We went over to Ireland to play over at Ireland. We went to visit this monastery. And it was started in the year 1100, and Alton Maiden wrote this poem. Alton Maiden's an Afro-American out of Dallas, Texas. He wrote this poem titled The Dash. He said, I've seen death stare at me with my own eyes in a way many cannot know. I've seen death take others, but still left me here below. I've heard many screams of mother cries, but death refused to hear. And in my life, I've seen faces filled with many, many tears. After death has come and gone, a tombstone sits for many to see. It's no more than a symbol of a person's memory. I've seen my share of tombstones, but never took the time to truly read the meaning what's behind there for all the others to see. Under the person's name, it read the date of birth, dash, and the date the person passed. But the more I think about the tombstone, the only important thing is the dash. Yes, I say the name of the person, but that I might forget. I also read the date of birth and death, but even that might not stick. But thinking about the individual, I can't help but to remember the dash, because it represents a person's life, and that will always last. So when you begin to charter your life, make sure you're on a positive path. Because people may forget your birth and death, but they'll never forget your dash. See, ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to do nothing else but help people. That's all speaking is. Yeah, you say you make a great living. Ladies and gentlemen, I come speak for free. People pay me to travel. Ladies and gentlemen, I love people. They want to come to my house, I'll speak for free. And I'll tell you something else. I've allowed virtually everybody I've ever spoken for to tape me. Because I'm more interested in the message than I am in anything else. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here. This young lady down here does not have the time right because they gave me 38 minutes and I have 3 minutes yet. I judge it by my time. But I just want to close by saying this. I just want to close by saying this. I really appreciated the opportunity to be here. And I have tremendous respect for what you do. And I hope that I've been able to share some things I really believe in the bottom of my heart. I told you about my background. It was completely true. All I ever wanted out of life was a job in the steel mill, a car, a girl, and $5. I couldn't imagine who would envision more out of life. That was the extent of it. But I found out it's all about attitude. It's all about dreams. All about making sacrifice and taking pride in it. It's also about overcoming adversity and difficulty. It's also about staying focused on what you do. But the most important thing is just understanding. People want to know, can they trust you? Are they committed? And do you care? I could talk about standards like when Tony Rice was to come to Notre Dame. And I told him I wanted him to be my quarterback, and his grades weren't good enough. The average college board score at Notre Dame was 1,300, and they said to him, an Afro-American out of South Carolina, Tony, you'll be better to go somewhere else because we aren't going to lower the standard at Notre Dame, and it'll be hard. If you choose to come, we aren't going to lower the standard, but we'll help you. We'll do everything we can to help you tutor. Tony Rice graduated from Notre Dame in 4 years. And he took calculus, he took physics, took a foreign language, took chemistry, biology, all of it. See, ladies and gentlemen, you don't lower the standard, but we have an obligation to help other people. And the most important thing in this world is to dream. And to dream, remember the word win. Dreams are unbelievable. Martin Luther King stood in Washington in front of millions of people, and he didn't stand up there and say, I have a strategic plan. He said, I have a dream, and one of the dreams that I've often had is I'm full with magic. There isn't any such thing. It's like the newspaper. You have front page for people who want to read the news. You have the comics for people who can't read. You have the editorial page for people who can't think. And ladies and gentlemen, above all, dream and believe. Don't listen to anybody say you can't do this or you can't do that. You just have something you want to do in your heart with a burning desire to do it. And people may criticize you. People may find fault. People can do a variety of different things. But there's no way in this world they can ever destroy you if you have that faith and you have that belief. Thank you very much for having me. God bless you.
Tonight for sharing with us, and we have some very special gifts for you. We have a member from Finland, and where are you? Anika? Well, come on up, please. Here she comes. Annika is from Finland, and tonight, as you were speaking, she illustrated your speeches for you. And so from NSA, we would like to give these books of your talk.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you very much. Appreciate the opportunity to be here. I just have one question. How do I join this organization?
And many of you know that we have a tradition at NSA, don't we? And we're going to share that special gift and tradition with you. So if you'll take a seat, we'll let the tradition continue.
When I'm standing here like elbow mule, hooked up to this car, and they've asked me to drag it right out of the mud. That's how tough things are. I know the task is huge, but my teammates share great blood. And we've spent all our lives learning everything we can about how to run in the mud.